Hello, welcome to Palm Springs High School's virtual graduation. I'm Brian Hendra, principal of Palm Springs High School. Let me bring up Kelly the Bready to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, Indians. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Now I'd like to bring up Gia Flores for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, oh, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We're here to celebrate the class of 2020, a strong, adaptive, tenacious, and determined class. A class that won't let their circumstances define them or hold them back from their destiny. The events in our lives help shape who we become and how we go through our journey. We find strength through struggles, and what I have witnessed in the last couple months from this class is they are strong. They are in this together. They refuse not to be seen, and they refuse not to be heard. I am proud to watch them stand up for what they believe is right and will have a lasting impact on today's society. I'm not worried in our future when I have conversations with this class. They are kind and thoughtful and care about one another. I have faith they will overcome today's situation and only emerge stronger. So when the class of 20 joined the Indian family 4 years ago, they were shy and a little scared, but they leave strong and ready to accomplish whatever they want. Youth have the power of dreams and possibilities, and we need to remind them this is just the beginning and not the end, that these circumstances that are engulfing right now will not define them or control their future. They are ready to write their own stories. There's another chapter coming very soon, full of hope and possibilities. The world will open again, and it will be waiting for the class of 2020 with open arms and hope of their possibility. It is the youth to pave the way for the future and how they define it. 14 years ago, there was a little movie called High School Musical that talked about the world and how we are all in this together. I have heard this phrase many times in the last couple months, and it always makes me want to start singing, but I don't, but it does make me smile. So getting ready to talk today, I go over the movie again, and it gives great advice. It talks about getting your head in the game. And isn't that something we all need to hear right now? Stay focused on what you can control and keep your eye on that prize, which is your future. Make a plan. If you have a plan, when things go wrong, and they will, it is easier to get your head back in the game and move forward. I know most of you are singing your head a little bit. And again, another song. Don't stick to the status quo. There's nothing ordinary about this class. You are meant for extraordinary things, and I have faith your futures will show that. As you move forward, this truly is the start of something new. I hope you look back at your years at Palm Springs fondly, and that we created a safe, caring environment that you were able to try and you didn't fear failure. And you felt the support of a staff that cares about each and every one of you. So take the time to thank your families for their support. Write a note to a teacher and how they impacted your life. So as these 4 years come to an end, look back at those football games, theater shows, late night studying, the dances, and the smiles. Because when I think of the class of 2020, I will remember your smiles and hopefully your hope for the future. So as I say goodbye to the class of 2020, I want to say thank you to the families for entrusting your children. I believe as a community, the future will be in capable hands. So I leave you with this. You are not alone. You are in this journey together. You will always have a family at Palm Springs High School, forever an Indian. Make good choices, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Hey, class of 2020, congratulations on your tremendous success. We are all so happy and proud of you. You've overcome some real obstacles this year that other classes haven't had to endure. I encourage you to sit back, relax a little bit, and enjoy the moment because this is your moment. We wish you much success in your life. Go out and conquer the world.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. Your family, friends, and school community are very proud of your accomplishments. I wish you a very successful and safe future filled with much happiness.
Class of 2020, you were already unique with just your class year, 2020. And now you stand out for all time because of something you had nothing to do with. Your task is to make this class memorable for what you do, not for what was done to you. As you can see, our world needs a lot of help. Make us proud.
To our esteemed 2020 Palm Springs Unified School District graduates, you are the scholars who have not been silenced or stifled by a world pandemic. You are the members of a passionate generation who are keeping your heads held high and ready to move forward. You are our resilient, unique leaders who will provide hope and strength for your children and future generations. And you are the class of 2020, the brave, the bold, and the brightest.
Hello, 2020 graduates. William Shakespeare once said, "Some people are born to greatness, some people achieve greatness, and others have it thrust upon them." Well, you've really been put in the position this year of having it thrust upon you. But I know that all of you are going to do a spectacular job. You're going to rise to the challenge, you're going to start businesses, you're going to start a new career, you're going to start families, and you're going to start college. And you're going to do a great job at it. Congratulations to every one of you.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. I am so proud of you. Your families, teachers, and the entire community celebrates you. Be the makers of your memories, the drivers of your destiny, and dream big. We support you. Felicidades a la clase de graduantes 2020. Estoy sumamente orgulloso de ustedes. Sus familias y maestros, nuestra comunidad los celebra. Su trabajo arduo y perseverancia han dado frutos. Ustedes son los dueños de su destino. Con fe y fuerza todo es posible. Continúen soñando en grande y trabajando duro. Los apoyo.
Hello everyone, my name is Araceli Flores and I'm your senior class president and I will be your MC for this evening. Please help me in welcoming one of my dearest friends and fellow teammates, Isaac Baker, in performing a dance for the class of 2020.
Today, I graduated. I wish I could look you in the eyes and tell you that I'm excited. You know, maybe if things had turned out normal then I might have, but instead 4 years has led to 4 months in my house. I know I shouldn't be upset, because of course people are dying and that's what we should be worried about. But damn it, I want to be selfish right now. I wanted to walk across that stage and give a bow. I wanted to celebrate with my friends the fact that we'd come to an end. You know, we worked hard, cried hard, and studied hard for this day. Yet it's ripped away like the same way my heartstrings are torn. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to put on a smile and say we did it? Or can I just admit that I'm upset? And I don't want to repeat myself and sound oversaturated, but hey, at least I graduated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our class of 2020 valedictorian, Santiago Caram.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I commence my speech, I would like to reserve some time to thank everyone who helped me along the way. I would first like to thank my amazing parents, Jorge Caram and Gabriela Padilla, whose unconditional love and support motivated me to keep striving to become the best version of myself. I would also like to thank Coach Brian Avalon for his extraordinary commitment to his team and myself. Coach Brian, I know you get really frustrated with me during games for always making jokes and also for getting too emotional, but I just wanted to say thank you for believing in me and going out of your way to make sure I was at every game in practice. Thank you. I would also like to thank Kara Saxwell and Rosanna Di Pietro Kander for becoming second mothers for me during my 5 years of playing PDSE soccer. I would also like to thank all of my teachers and educators for their continued support during these 4 years. Thank you, Ms. Chow, for always telling me to eat my eggs so I could get good at math. Gracias, Señora Mier, for creating families within your classrooms. Thank you, Ms. Graham, for teaching me things about myself I would have never recognized on my own. Thank you, Mr. Goring, for showing me that computer science is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. Just kidding. Thank you, Mr. Goring, for strengthening my love for mathematics. Thank you to my friends Kyle, Sophia, Jose, William, Ryan, Christian, Edgar, Kino, Jonathan, Kaya, Samantha, Magnus, Daniel, and even Nick. Just kidding. I love you, Nick. For making these years so fun. Lastly, I would like to thank my uncles, Luis Caram, Christopher Keenan, and Alfredo Cortez for all the support you have given to our family in making this country feel like home. Thank you. Now, I would like to use this opportunity to reflect on our current situation and how it relates to my high school experience. As we all know, we are living through unprecedented times, which have completely changed our way of life. Yes, our senior year activities have been canceled, and all these events that are so important to our culture are now going to happen in ways we've never seen before. And yes, this sucks for all seniors, and yes, we are going to have a different senior experience. However, I see that as a good thing. I will forever be able to say I was the valedictorian of the class, the virtual class of 2020. Now, in all seriousness, there are many positive things in our lives at the moment that have not been canceled. Let's use this moment to connect with our families and spend time with them, since they're the ones who have never left our side. Also, we have much more time available that we can use to become better friends, better sons and daughters, better students, and ultimately better human beings. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to invite everyone to show solidarity and do your part to make sure we're able to return doing all the activities we love. We're all in this together. Thank you, everyone, and I wish you all the best in this next chapter of our lives. Muchas gracias a todos, especialmente a todos los padres de familia que han sacrificado tanto para poder vernos, a sus hijos, en este momento tan especial. Les deseo buena suerte a todos. Muchas gracias.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome our Class of 2020 salutatorian, Mariana Chavez.
Saludos a los directores, maestros, padres y clase de 2020. Llegamos muy lejos, aunque no podemos estar todos juntos en el escenario. Soy Mariana Chávez Alemán y los agradezco por su tiempo y el personal de Palm Springs High School para hacer lo más posible durante este tiempo de cuarentena. I'm going to start off really honest and say that when I got the call from Mr. Hendra to do this speech, I was like, what? I get to do a speech? That's cool. So I began writing a day before the deadline. I thought back to all the good times, like at Miss Graham's, Miss O'Meara's, Mr. Smith, Miss Chow, and of course Mr. Thorson. You guys are the best. And the all-nighters and being with my friends. Shout out to Hamlet. I know you wanted me to say that, so there you go. I want to look back and tell myself, never take dance class, that will scar you. And are you sure you want to do zero period all 4 years? And stop leaving your Chromebook at home. I also want to remember the good times, like messing around during orchestra competitions and getting picked as Spanish president. Gracias a mi comunidad de Sociedad Honoraria Hispánica por tener paciencia conmigo, aunque no podemos hacer mucho este año. I also vividly remember losing my phone and having a nice girl return it to me because she recognized a childhood photo of me and my sister on the back. I like to remember all the small things like writing affirmations in Miss Graham's class, or running from one end of the school to another in under a few minutes, although only a few of those are successful, and driving with my friends to get some of that free Krispy Kreme donuts. All these memories of mine, although small, I will never forget, and I'll have them with me when times like these are rough, just like how my classmates remember their own awesome memories and take with them to their next chapter in life. I want all my classmates to find all the good things in life, and I wish them the utmost best in whichever path they may take. I want to make this speech about the people that surround me and how they shaped the person that I am today. The only reason that I really made it this far was the unwavering support of my teachers and friends. My teachers are dedicated, and my friends the most supportive are the reason that I want to better myself every day. The speech is also dedicated to my first-generation students, my fellow bilinguals, and to all of us who had to face systemic barriers to get to where we are today. The road ahead of us won't be any easier, but if we surround ourselves with the people we love and the people who care about us, it won't be as bumpy. Gracias a mis padres y mis maestros y amigos que creen en mí, y a la Cindy, hola familia, los quiero mucho, soy prueba viviente que sí se puede y que sí lo logré.
Good evening, Indians, and congratulations to the class of 2020. Great job, you finally made it. It's my honor to introduce one of my favorite students over the past 4 years. She's been a member of ASB and a student leader, someone whom I respect and whom I know you all know and love. She really needs no introduction, but I'm going to introduce her anyway. Coming up to talk to you now and to give her speech is your ASB President, Miss Kelly Libretti.
Good evening, Palm Springs High School, class of 2020. I am so grateful that I got to spend this year as your ASB president, where I met so many amazing people and made so many great memories, even though our year was cut short. This pandemic has definitely changed the way our senior year has ended, and unfortunately we were not able to experience all of the fun times with graduating, but just know that you're not alone, and together we will get through this. Even though things haven't ended how we hoped, we can't forget all of the amazing and fun times we had over the past 4 years. We had the best times at our sporting events, put on some amazing band, musical, and theater performances, and attended some of the most fun dances around. Class of 2020 has a special bond. Our school spirit was at an all-time high, and the vibe around campus was so energetic. It's important to remember that nothing can take away all that you have accomplished over the last 4 years. And all of our hard work and dedication has paid off. This is just a little bump in the road, and although our graduation may not be how we envisioned it, we will be able to look back on it with our 2020 vision and realize that this is just the beginning of our beautiful future. As an athlete, there is nothing quite like the bus ride home after a win. You are exhausted and most likely need a shower. But the bottom line is you're happy. Well, class of 2020, today is your bus ride home, your victory lap. We all know the hard work that we put in to bring home that diploma. I know we were missing out on walking across that stage, but that ceremony doesn't change a thing. We have already won. We made history. All of this wouldn't be possible without the best admin and staff in the Valley. Everyone put their heart and soul into this school and made sure that we never felt alone. A huge thank you to Principal Mr. Hendra and our ASB advisor, Mr. Brown, for all they have done to make the rest of our senior year as memorable and special as possible. Thank you, everyone, for the best 4 years, and good luck to everyone in their future. Congrats, class of 2020. Love, Kelly Libretti.
And next up, Indians, I would like to introduce another young lady who you all know and love. She's worked hard for you this whole year and throughout her high school career as a student leader. She stands out because of what she does and who she is. She's a dynamic student leader, somebody I'm proud to call our senior class president. Here's Miss Araceli Flores.
Congratulations, my fellow 2020 classmates. I know this is not the celebration we all expected, but we are here, apart, but together, and stronger than ever. I want to take a few moments and reflect back to where this all started. Summer of 8th grade, much like today, ready for a new adventure and excited for the unknown future. Freshman year, we walked into the front doors of Palm Springs High School for the first time as a future alumni and not as a visitor. The uncontrollable butterflies of excitement and uncertainty of the journey ahead. Even with those fears, nothing could stop us. We're in high school now. Sophomore year, the fears slowly turning into confidence. We are enjoying our school rallies, football games, soccer games, water polo games, theater performances, dance performances, activities, friendships, and adventures. But most of all, we were enjoying not having to sit in the freshman section. Junior year, the most important and difficult academic year. We started to think of where we wanted to attend for college and the steps needed to achieve that goal. The year most of us started to drive. the most terrifying moment for our parents, but a sense of liberty and freedom for us, a look ahead of our college years. At last, our senior year. We have waited a lifetime for this moment, and here we are. We were preparing for our last final exams. Now, that's all left to do is to enjoy the remainder of the school year. Dancing away at prom and living up at grad night. Then, March 13th, 2020, a date none of us will ever forget. Sent home for our own protection with no clarity of what's ahead for us or the world. Everything we have worked towards and the celebrations awaiting us have been taken away. Graduation represents a step into adulthood. Learning from our own choices, this pandemic has forced seniors across the nation and around the world to grow up just a little faster. We have shown extreme maturity and have served as positive role models for all of humanity. We are the future of this country, and we are proving now, in this moment, that we are worthy of running it. I want each and every one of you to take a moment and thank the people that have helped you along the way of your accomplishments. It's important we recognize our greatest supporters. For me personally, I want to thank my parents and my sister for supporting me in everything I do. Because of you guys and believing in me, I can accomplish anything. My family and friends for coming to every show, every rally, and every event I was a part of. Especially to my 5 best friends, Gia, Evelyn, Pedro, Richard, and Chris. Thank you for always being there for me and always putting a smile on my face. But most of all, I want to thank Mr. Hendra, Mr. Brown, and Senora Amir, adults who have impacted my life for the better. Also, to our PSHS teachers and staff, you have all taken the time to shape us into a better generation. Lastly, class of 2020, I leave you with this. When life puts you in tough situations, don't ask why me. Instead, remember, you are braver than you think, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think. Congratulations, class of 20, we finally did it. Senior class pres, out. Up next is a performance by Heidi Trevejo, performing All That Jazz from the musical Chicago. This is just a little taste of what you missed. Many students here at Palm Springs High School worked really hard for many months. Heidi was one of the lead roles of the musical. And Heidi, even though you didn't get a chance to perform on the stage, you are still a star and have a bright future.
Come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. Slick your hair and wear your buckle shoes. And all that jazz I hear that Father did is gonna blow the blues. And all that jazz, hold on, hun, we're gonna bunny hug. I bought some aspirin down at United Drug in case you shake apart. We want a brand new start to do that jazz. And all that jazz, come on, babe, why don't we paint the town? And all that jazz, I'm gonna rouge my knees and roll my stockings down. And all that jazz, start the car, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that. No, I'm no one's wife, but oh, I love my life and all that jazz. That jazz.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Lyon in the acceptance of the class of 2020.
Principal Hendra, on behalf of the Board of Education, it is my pleasure and honor to accept and certify the graduating class of Palm Springs High School as having met the course, credit, and grade point average requirements to be graduates of Palm Springs Unified School District. Congratulations, Palm Springs High School class of 2020.
Mr. Tugman, after 47 years of service, can you do me the honor of having them turn their tassel from the right to the left?
Thank you very much. At this time, you may turn your tassel from right to left, class of 2020.
Ashley Aguilar. Lillian Barranco Ramirez. Jenna Day. Aaron Darty. Travis Fisher. Stephen Lee. Seth Labato Wright. Aaron Longo Lemire. Damian Lowry Lowe. Charles Loom. Pedro Macias Esperanza. Vance Manger. Raymond Marquez. Andreas Martin. Roma Martin. Denise Martinez. Tanner Moy. Eric Pilaes. Jonathan Perez Hermosilla. Alize Rodriguez. Laya Torres.
Ashley Abercrombie. Maria Barrera Moreno. Jermaine Berry. Tiffany Campbell. Genesis Cruz Fajardo. Angel Fluffy De La Paz. Araceli Flores. Alexa Gamble. Ebony Gonzalez. Brendan Greer. Daniel Guzman. Amira Ibarra. Marcella Kander. Casey Labretti. Kelly Labretti. Cruz Minares. Marzia Osgood Rossi. Devin Reed. Christian Reyes. Jason J. Extra Roberts. Odette Romero Contreras. Genesis Saldivar. Evelyn Sauceda. Mia Scott. Tyra Session. Alyssa Teagarden. Efren Velez. Justin Weaver.
Isaac Alexander Acevedo Rascon. Rami Ramos Ahorro. Braden Blake Allenbeck. Giselle Alvarado. Jaime Alvarado González. Omar Alisayat. Aliyah Angelina Angel. Marissa Leanne Angel. Albert Kevin Angulo. Kenia Anaí Arellano. Haley Kalin Carr. Kiana Itzel Castillo. Vanessa Castro. Milana Duran. Nicole Camila Home. Julian Anthony Polendo. Jasmine Ramirez. Leslie Serrano. Melanie Velasquez.
Ethan Amoroso. Samantha Babasa. Cosette Alessandra Beasley. Colton Boylan Moiser. Reese Carmichael Buchanan. Mary Antoinette Cara. Justina Carpenter. Julianne Carrillo. Jacqueline Carrillo. Faith Clayton. Kevin Colorado. Jennifer Corarubias. Serena Dominguez. Richard Francisco. Ashley Futch. Kyle Isaiah Galzot. Leilani Jada Gilchrist. Jacqueline Gomez. Emily Gonzalez. Savannah Gonzalez. Andrea Michelle Hernandez. Elizabeth Hernandez. Keno Russell Jumamil. Juan Meza. Cecilia Morellis. Karen Mosqueda. Omar Naolt. Marcos Perez. Diego Fernando Rascon Diaz. Ryan Romero. Jasmine Rosbach. Litzy Saldivar. Janetta Grace Seeger. Jariah Shelton. Paige Smith. Romel A. Tintero. Destiny Belos. Janelle Williams. Jared Yates.
Tavon Armstrong. Elizabeth Ayala. Mara Grace Ayala. Juan Carlos Bailon. Frank Barrera. Robert Reed Beckman. Magnus Aaron Bergman Bjornsson. Anthony Bach. Joshua Daniel Brabo. Carla Alejandra Cruz. Jenny Cruz Juarez. Karen Lizeth Gomez. Alexis Obeth Gutierrez. Leilani Guzman Herrera. Nicholas Kander. Rizelle Claire Lusang.
Hamlet Gabriel Osorio, James Pring, Now Robles, Juan Antonio Silva,
Joaquin Santos Beltran, Leala Jean Brashears, Brianna Lynn Burdin, Jonathan Joseph Charles Carter, Daniela Castaneda Hernandez, Lindsay Cervantes, Alexandra Chavez, Imuna Dafan, Emily Dominguez Lopez, Janelle Ann Fausto, Mark Diogen Fornales, Veronica Elizabeth Hernandez, Daniel Kander, Jesus Alfredo Marroquin Valdez, Camille Jean Hapita Martinez, Lance Hapita Martinez, Arisdelcy Martinez, Jesus Dario Nicholas Penalosa, Daniel Torres,
Eduardo Aguilar, Wendy Miranda Campos, Jashad Burnett Chenevret, Donovan Douglas Clegg, Isaac Connor, Arturo Ángel Coronado, Sara Giselle Cosio Orenelas, Yazbet Ariela Cruz, Stephanie Cuellar, Brinkley Michelle Dawson, Cameron Lamont Dearman, Kaylee Janera DeWitts, Joseph Ryan Duffel, Isabel Irene Gonzalez, Danaí Martinez, Samantha May Mercado, Haley Alane Mora, Brian Orozco, Angélica Segura, Cecilia Cristina Vázquez.
Perfect.
Okay.
Leonard Batt, Aaron Ballesteros, Nicholas Brown, Sebastian Dominguez, Soraya Escato, Matthew Feist, Destiny Felix, Otan Fernandez Olvera, Alexandro Gallardo, Davis Garcia, Tiffany Gimbel, Jonathan Godinez Homicillo, Angela Gonzalez, Gabriela Lopez, Reje Pagadillao, Jonathan Puentes Herrera, Jacqueline Rangel, Naomi Reyes, Joseph Robinson, Ryan Rosbach,
Isaac A. Baker I. Dukas, Joshua E. Castillo, Maisie Davis, Gia Flores, Ruby Amaris Gabriel, Jalen Suzanne Gutierrez, Madison Elise Hamilton, Brenda Hernandez Montez, Deborah Elise Hudson, Samantha Ann Ingram, Akaya Lynn James, Isaiah Jimenez, Dulce Daniela Jimenez Ocello, Christian Jimenez, David Malik Jones, Marco Antonio Linares Escamilla, Devin Love Crooms, Kelly A. Martin, Esmeralda Padilla, Heidi Trejo,
Ava Anderson, Kaya Jade Carrier, Daisy Espliat, Christian Jonathan Mendez. Maria Guadalupe Mercado. Nicole Monroy. Ambra Elena Montani. Steve Maratella. Justin Murray. Christopher Cruz Ontiveros. Maya Rose Orozco. James Parker. Mark Anthony Pena. Edgar Perez. Jesus Pineda. William Placencia Nieto. Angelo Pissarelli. Zindi Sabian. Daniela Santian Whippy. Jeff Michael Velasquez.
Micaiah Jackson. Jesus Mercado Castaneda. Jervon Olivio. Thomas Puccio. Gilbert Polito. Daniel Ramirez. Diane Rebus. Carlos Enrique Luis Rodarte. Dominic Romero. Isaiah Ruvacaba. Anissa Sanchez. Vanessa Sanchez Mesa. Giovanni Sarabia. Angel Soriano. Giancarlo Starian. Kevin Stockham. Chiquita Tirana. Malachi Toledo. Ruby Torres Acello. Alana Trepp. Brea Turner.
Ivana Aranda Silva. Rigoberto Castillo. Miles Crenshaw. Irvin Cruz. Miguel Del Hoyo. Yusef El Harti. Reagan Evans. James Flores. Abraham Fuentes. Ivan Fuentes. Adrian Garcia. Scarlett James. Norberto Urias. Martin Vargas. Eric Vasquez Nava. Nathan Vega. Mark Anthony Verdugo. Fatima Villagrana. Natalie Viruete. Alexis Zambrano. Andrea Zettina.
Georgie Brooks. Jordan Crittenden. Michael Donovan. Hunter Flynn. Mary Rose Godoy Bautista. Dylan Hernandez. Parker Hunt. El Jarecki. Miguel Lara Gastelum. Cecil Lariviere. Adam Lewis. Alexandra Manley Welsh. Crystal Morelos. Molly Murphy. La Sharia Nolan. Zach Posa. Michael Rawlings. Aaliyah Robinson. Parker Stevens. Christopher Ismael Vaquez Vega. Destin Vo.
Daira Buelna. Zulma Cervantes. Gamaliel Corona Armenta. Danica Zafran del Real. Ashton de Quatro. Yarelin Galarza. Lily Hamilton. Jonah Maciel. César Maldonado Matias. Isabel Manjon. Cody Alexander Meyer. José Luis Mora Rico. Malkaya Ambiance Munnings. Tiana Jacqueline Negrete Zuniga, Jennifer Lynn Ramos, Yadira Guadalupe Reyes, Isabel Rodriguez, Olivia A. Schrag,
Estrella Acuña, Itzel Muñoz Aguilar, Alexa Yomara Arana, Brian Baltazar, Pedro Barraza, Omar Cardosa Seoane, Berenice Jocabet Carrasco, Mariana Lisbeth Chávez Alemán, Guadalupe Corona, Ruby Delgado, Leslie Jasmine Flores Campos, Jazmín Francesca Flores Pérez, Fátima Jocelyn Franco, María Victoria García Valdizón, Joel Giovanni Granillo, Melanie Mary Harris, Dulce María Jauregui Hurtado, Benjamín Jiménez, José Alfredo Jiménez Toledo, Santiago Caram Padilla, Marilyn Grace Luevano, Jocelyn Mawitz Ramírez, Berenice Mayoral, Ixlipacatzin Molina Hoyos, Leslie Montes Rojas, María Cristina Moreno Vargas, Abigail Cecilia Munguía, Rocío Muñoz Orozco, Karen Giselle Obeso Feliz, Giselle Saraí Robles, Esbeidi Lorelei Rodríguez Díaz, Ariana Alicia Ruiz, Giovanna Ruiz, María Guadalupe Sánchez Pérez. Ángel Isaac Torres. Josué Torres. Chayli Alicia Turcios.
Holly Bloomfield. Robert Campbell. Vadir Garcia Pianado. Ruben Hernandez. Kyle Jack. Heather Lee. Valeria Lima. Yobani Lopez. Andrew Luna Hernandez. Gianni Menendez. Trey Merkley Mulcahy. Levi Montoya. Emily Celia Perez. Malachi Reyes. Xavion Robinson. Simeon Seraphim. Elias Stockstill. Ramon Vallejo Diaz.
Savannah Aguilar Gonzalez. Alyssa Ayala. Michael Robert Baruth. Madison Bellinger. Raul Contreras. Noel Ferrat. Lucelde Garcia Rangel. Brandon Gonzalez Garcia. Cameron Keys. Kyla Rist. Jalen Robinson. Emily Sarabia. Ulysses Sauceda. Giovanni Vasquez. Dominic Hugo Romero Vasquez Vega. Christian Tyler Walters. Brianna Watkins. Ruben Dario Zamudio.
Congratulations, class of 2020. Please join our madrigals in singing our alma mater.
In the silence of the desert, where the sands of silver shine, stands our glorious alma mater. 'Tis our haven and our shrine. Be we humble in her presence, for her blessings never fail.
Class of 2020, it is my pleasure to say class is now dismissed.